Go.
Fire! Evening, guys. Welcome. As you see, we're burning tonight. Burning. So welcome to the channel. Hope you're all well. Thanks for coming over and joining us for another Friday Night Live. I have some motley crew in the background. We'll just bring those guys in.
Only.
So here we have Brian from Woodturning and Terry from TJ Turner. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us.
I'm fed up.
He's fed up already. He's bored. Well, what's the problem?
Brian's always fed
Come
up.
on, Brian. What's your problem?
I'm eating chocolate.
I know I can't get my camera to stay in one place. It keeps falling down.
It's you that keeps moving.
Do you see what we have to put up with?
Maybe I should invest in a decent little holder for it rather than a piece of gaffer tape.
Can't get the staff these days.
Bit of
When you
blue
do,
tack
they're
helps.
illegal.
Anyway, so tonight we are burning.
Okay.
We are burning. I've got a piece of pear wood here. Actually, this is one of the first pieces of wood I was given when I first started turning. I waxed both ends, stop it splitting. It has got a little bit of a crack coming in the end, but hopefully we can part that off and get rid of that. So we're going to rough it down. Just a bit of fun project tonight. Hopefully, we never know. We might actually get a usable product out of it or something a bit that looks like a vase. So it's a vase. Let's just
That'll make a change for you.
What have I done there? See, look, it's going in the pot already. Look.
You've wrecked the house
I
already.
moved the mouse. So, hope you've all had a great week. Thanks to everybody who came over and viewed this week's video. I really do appreciate the fabulous comments you guys have sent me over, and I hope actually it helps you guys somewhere along the line. So, with further ado, I will move over to the lathe, and then one of these guys will welcome everybody in. So, welcome everybody.
Brian will read out the chat. There you go, Brian. Brian's froze.
Is he?
Oh, well. We got rid of Brian, everybody. That's good news. So let's have a look and see if I've got the participants list. So on the participants list, it is Andy H. returning, Archie, Abrasive Creations, Copper Our Woodturning, Dara Coolin, Dave Oty. You still there, Steve?
I'm here.
Oh, that's right, because I thought you'd frozen. Dave Oty, Door 60.
Brian's left.
Emig Woodard, Fred Gilliver, Grandpa Jim, Woodturner, Jennifer's Crafting Creations, Joe Senior, Lawrence McGee, Jim Mark, the Gentleman Woodturner, Michael McEwen. It just jumped on me. There we Michelle Oosby. That's why Brian's frozen. She's gone and give him a batter.
Yeah, bashed him.
Paul Huyton, Pete Twisted Trees, Peter Corcoran, sorry, and Richard Benton. That's Dad, isn't it?
Oh, hello, Dad. Everybody say hello to my dad at the moment. He's in hospital at the moment.
Dad.
So,
I hope you're all right.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, hopefully give him a bit of entertainment to cheer him up a little bit.
Royce. Oh, this will cheer you up. Then Roy's the boys. You, Steve, obviously. Steve Hale, Susie Swiss Turner. It keeps jumping. This chat just keeps jumping down.
All right, hang on. I've got to invite Terry, but Brian.
TC Woodworks.
There he is. He's in.
Terry Bartlett.
Didn't you want to be with us or what?
I just had a little bit of a hiatus there, guys.
That's what it is.
A complete
Terry
hiatus.
Bartlett, the Parkwood Turner, Trevor PLB Turner, Wayne the Woodturner, Wildby Woodshed. And my chat keeps jumping. So what I'll do is I'll try and go back out of that and then go from where I saw Brian's. You still there, Brian?
I'm still here, yeah.
Right, from Wayne the Woodturner, we got the Klondike, Crafts and Lewis. And some I've read out already, so I'll just skip down. Barry's Wood Creations, Chris from Bailey Woodworks, and David Vaughan. We're nearly there. Actually, we're nearly there. Steve Hale, I might have said Steve Hale. We're there.
Are you sure you're nearly there?
I'm sure I'm there.
Did you say Michelle?
Hello. No, it said Michelle. That's why you blacked out. I think she might have taken the wallop. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining Steve tonight. Good to see you.
Good evening, everybody.
Was it operator?
No, actually I did nip out and hoover the workshop before I got left here. No, I did not. More again.
And Mark Gentleman could have says I'm here, Tezza, but I've already said that, Mark. You couldn't have been listening.
I was doing the whole pop out chat thing and I pressed the wrong button. It's not like me, of course.
You popped out of the whole lot.
I just popped out of everything. Yep.
Well, all I can say is you did pop out the chat. That was for sure.
I did. Certainly does.
Make sure that's where you pop out. Dara Coolan. I don't know if I
Ooh,
said
look.
Dara, but there we are.
Right, I can
Bit
stick
of,
that over there, mate.
Bit of mould in there. Look, black.
Keep that there.
Put the extraction on. Get rid of that. Don't want to be breathing that in.
Mark, the gentleman woodturner, did you mention him?
Only 3 times.
Okay. Oh,
And
I
he
missed
cried
it.
one
See, I
because I
don't,
didn't
I
mention
don't know
it. So
who, I don't know who
again.
you've mentioned now because I missed it.
Everybody that you can see in the chat now I've mentioned. So anything new comes up,
Are you
if
sure?
you haven't seen, you scroll
You
back,
sure you
Brian,
didn't miss anybody out?
read them slowly.
Would be like you.
AJP Garden Machines. Hello. Haven't seen you before, but hello to you.
Good evening.
Oh. The gentleman woodturner says he has beer. Much needed, he says.
No, well,
Must have a
I
bad
haven't
day
done
again.
anything, is he? Haven't done anything all week.
I believe his fingers are sore, isn't
What?
Yes, Pete, it was operator error. Yeah, absolutely right. I clicked the wrong button again. See, ones with the red X in, you're not supposed to touch them.
Yeah, leave the call. Boom, gone.
Go on, I'm out of here. Goodbye.
he?
Now, why am I looking at myself? And I'm going to minimise that, and that's going to cause a problem. Put that
Don't
on.
Ronald,
touch
Don't
don't
it.
do
leave
that.
out.
Don't touch it.
Don't do that. I need to move that over there a wee bit, and then I need to move that back over there to that screen. And oh, there.
Can you not see what Steve's doing? Pay attention, Brian.
Not yet. That's why I'm trying to move things, but you're
Terry
confusing
Barton
me now.
just said, pay attention, Brian.
Just wait now. Just wait because I'm getting there.
Right, so tenon on the bottom, so we can hold it in a chuck.
Oh, there. Oh, there's a piece of wood on the lathe. Oh, that's good. I can see now.
Oh,
That's
come
fine.
on.
We're
Are you on
flying.
Are you on the right channel though, Brian? That's a...
Yep, Steve's. Well, you're making a 10 in there, so that's. It says SK Crafts on your banjo, so I think we're okay. I think we've cracked it.
Your progress so far, Brian, lends me to think that you may be watching an old video of Steve's on the wrong call.
Oh no. That's
Kitey
funny
said
because
tonight, Kitey.
see, the good thing about being on Skype, I can see Terry. Well, maybe that's not a good thing actually.
Hey. Gee.
Oh, my camera's fell down again. Oh, jeez, I'm just going to get another bit of gaffer tape.
I wonder why your face changed. You.
Like the sore. I'm getting a sore back bending down trying to stay in the camera.
All right, tenon on the end.
Oh no.
We'll now hold that in a
Dara
chuck.
Coolin Sorry, mate. Dara Coolin says I'm in trouble.
Well, you are Dara's.
No, Dara says I'm in trouble. She says, Brian at Heartwood Turning, you're in trouble. Now I have to turn flowers.
Wow, well to go. Way to go, Dara.
YouTube influencer me. See that?
YouTube influence. You heard that first, folks.
Evening, Teddy.
Brian at Woodturning is a YouTube influencer.
Yeah, and Dara and Pete says, Dara, that's a bad influence.
Question from Barry's Recreations. Question: what size is the piece, Steve?
Okay, let's grab a tape and I will measure it for you.
Evening to
6.5
Malcolm Douglas.
inches by 3. Oh, 6.5 inches by 4.
Wow, I'll let you have that. 6 3/4
Oh,
by
3.5.
yeah, 3.5.
Oh, it's a 4-inch chuck. I thought it just kind of paralleled the chuck there. Oh, yeah, close. I was close. Evening, Malcolm. Malcolm Douglas is in. Good evening, Malcolm.
So I'm just going to put a line in there because that's where I'm going to finish the length of the vase or vase or what you want to call it.
Why does that picture keep coming up there? Go away.
So I'm going to use a bowl gouge to rough shape it.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we have something fancy or shall we just have a basic shape?
Fancy,
It's up to
fancy,
you.
fancy.
Do you feel fancy tonight?
Fancy, fancy, fancy. On the plus side, Ryan,
I feel
There's Mark.
fancy. I've got my best underpants.
Ben
on.
isn't here to take the mickey. Not yet, he's not. He will be.
Actually, it's pear wood, isn't it? So it turned nice. Should turn nicely.
Should do. Dave Oatley says, it's all Brian's fault. We told him not to turn flowers. Get out of here, Oatley.
Yeah, all of us said don't turn flowers, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Terry Bartlett says, good evening, Ruth, if you're sat with Terry. I can concur that she is sitting with Terry, currently eating biscuits.
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 That's how they spell it. Biscuits.
Biscuit.
She's not eating anymore.
It wasn't my fault at all, guys. I didn't want to make flowers. I was made to make flowers. I was coerced and cajoled and even threatened into making flowers.
Nobody said a word, Brian. Nothing to do with us.
No.
That video you did of the vase, Steve, was brilliant.
Say again, sorry,
10 out
Terry.
of 10. The video you did of the vase was brilliant. The yellow one, the black.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing. Yeah. Finish on it was amazing.
The vase. The vase.
Vase.
Vase, vase, vase.
So I'm just going to take that in a little bit there.
It was a bit nice, I have to say, right now, Steve. It was almost as nice as me own.
Surprised what you can buy at the range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
£3.60.
According to Mike Walk, the vase I showed my flowers off was bought in the range, or Lidl, or IKEA, or some such.
Lidl. Grandma Ruth tunes in. We'll look at it.
Good evening, Grandma Ruth. Any dirt on Terry for us?
No. Don't forget. She
Don't
perceived
forget
dirt
what?
and I can actually wipe it out now.
Pete for 20. Pete
Potential.
from Twisted Trees has just put in the chat. Hashtag 24 wooden flowers from Michelle. No.
Yeah. Michelle, we did promise that it was going to be a surprise.
Shut up, Terry. Paul Finley, Woodturning at home is in. Good evening,
what's
Steve
happened now?
and everyone else.
What's happened now is you've spoiled it now, Steve.
Ruined
he's
it,
spoiled it
sweetheart.
for you.
Just ruined it.
So you'll have to be just 19 flowers.
Oh, this is going to have a turned over lip. Careful you don't make a roll top vase. Nobody likes a roll top, apparently.
What's wrong with that? If you make any vase, it's good. At least you're making something.
This is true. This is turning into a classic shaped vase.
Lionel's in. I tell you,
Evening, Lionel.
Hi, Lionel.
Hey, Lionel. Stuart and
Stuart.
Green is
Oh, Stuart and Gruyere. Gruyere. Can't even say that.
in.
Roll tops are the rage, apparently, according to Lewis.
Are they?
Yep, they are now. I started the fashion, so let's continue this. Roll top edges.
On top. Right.
Nobody like a shark's head. Oh. I think Michelle is trying to say that Brian made me wash the car today.
Did she? Did you?
No. Yes, I did. She drives it all the
Major
time.
one.
I happened to make a comment this morning when Carol was here, and she said, I looked out the door and says, would you look at that, Carol? Michelle drives that car nearly every day, and look at the state of it. It's filthy.
Yeah, I
Terry
think,
Bartlett is commenting on your prowess and cutting. He says, that's cutting beautifully.
Who said that, sorry?
Terry Bartlett.
Thank you, Terry.
Terry Bartlett. From Plymouth Woodturners. Plymouth Woodturners?
so Trevor P says roll tops are for baths. Well, perhaps you should turn a bath, Steve.
You'll be surprised how actually nice it feels when you put a roll top on the edge of a bowl and just run your thumbs over the top. That's nice.
Gav today woodworks in. Hello, Gav.
Hi,
Evening,
Gav.
Gav. See, Gav did a little bit of a test of his new Wi-Fi connection.
You can keep Jarvis.
Worked a treat. Gav gets a faster upload speed in his Wi-Fi than I do hardwired.
It's true. Your hard wire is a copper wire. They're about 80 miles long, isn't it?
This is true. A long, old copper wire, I'd say.
Right, let's have a look at that. Once
Dara
tidied up.
Steve, Dara has just invited you to Texas.
Yep.
To do a full detail job on her truck.
All right. Been a long while since I painted a car.
She knows Shows how much you love washing cars.
Oh, right. Oh yeah, I do actually. It's therapeutic.
Mm. And Lewis has said, wait till next week when Brian makes roll top flowers.
There may be roll top involved in next week's, but it won't be flowers.
Hello to Doug Miller.
I
Hi,
just
Doug.
said that last
Joined
week.
us. Hi, Doug.
So I'm not going to put a foot on this. I'll leave it just round
Okay.
it out.
Do we say hello to Norman Greenwell? Or Greenwell, sorry. Hello, Norman.
No, hello, Norman.
So I don't want to go too thin there until we get it hollowed out.
So you start hollow.
Yeah, give us something to hold on to, Steve.
James Crawford's just joined us. Hello, James.
Hi,
Why is
James.
my chat not moving? Read me, James.
You're still moving, Brian, so we know you're there.
I was a bit worried about you for a minute there. I thought you'd kind of went to sleep.
Although I can quite easily at my age.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
In mid-sentence as well sometimes.
Yeah, Ruth just clicks her fingers and goes, sleep. I'm gone.
So just like my bumblebee guys that I made on my flowers. That was Ben's fault. Wait till he comes in. No, it wasn't Ben. It was
One of them.
who was it? Robert, wasn't it? Suggested I should make a bee to go with the flowers.
Hello to
Oh,
Nicky
look,
Cabell.
Nicky's in. Nicky. Good evening, Nicky.
I'll take it you're waiting in the wings with his cup of coffee, Nick.
No, she's not here. She's at her sister's.
Oh.
Hello to Nicky and Nicky's sister.
She left me alone, all on my own.
Oh, I know.
It's a nice feeling.
I'm sure you'll cope.
Hello, Benjamin.
I know
He's
Ben's in. I know.
Hi, Ben.
Okay.
Evening, Ben. What mischief are you going to be up to tonight? I wonder.
Just for your interest, everybody that's joined us lately, Steve has got a piece of pear wood, 6 inches by 3 roughly, making a vase and doing some burning. That's on the cards, Dave Oatey. He's saying about inside-out turnings. That's a challenge for us. That is on the cards at some point.
Michael McEwen says, is it my internet or Steve's? The picture is getting blurry. It's your internet, Michael. The picture's fine.
Well,
Steve Fleming says, hello, everybody. Did you just say Steve Fleming was in?
Yes. Hello, Steve.
Grandma Ruth says, Steve, you listening to this?
Got him.
Nice bulbous base on that vase, Steve. I love it.
Thank you, Ruth. When you get to my age, your bottom is normally bulbous.
Yeah.
And Douglas. Looks like the shape of a whole lot of women, I know. Douglas Mungham says, Steve, you only need to turn one to make a pair.
Yeah, very good.
Just like not long ago, Ruth tried a new dress, a new pair of dress and top on. She said, my bum looked big in this. I said, darling, your bum looks big in everything.
I'm just gonna watch and wait for the bat to come around the back of that chair.
She knows I'm only joking.
She'll be throwing biscuits in the mouth.
Yeah. No, she won't throw them. Don't waste them, Ruth.
No, don't
Right.
waste the biscuits. No,
So I'm going to rough sand this. Start with a bit of 180. Extraction on. Actually, a bit.
Is that just ordinary sandpaper, Steve? Is that Abranet?
This is Abranet.
Did I say Greg out of his hands in? I can't remember, but hello, Greg, if I didn't.
Hi, Greg.
I did. Well, you got it twice.
So I know we don't really need to sand it because I'm going to burn it, but there's a few little bits of tear out in it I want to get rid of before I burn it.
Baz, some real simple things in. You're in the right
Baz.
room tonight, Baz.
This is especially for you tonight, Baz.
There will be burning ahead, I say.
There will be burning tonight.
Royce Boy says, someone gave me a log this afternoon, wet wood, but very reddish inside. Any idea what it is?
Could be a BCU.
Very red. Well, yeah, you probably.
Red. Oh.
Very red in the inside.
Yeah.
You're on Facebook, Royce. Stick it on Facebook and we'll have a look.
Yes, you need a picture, really, because there's lots of woods that are red
Yeah, there are.
when they're wet. when they're just cut.
Or maybe it's just that way it's bleeding.
Yeah.
Ah, that was terrible.
You been drinking again?
Yeah, not yet. I'm thinking about it though.
He's on the soft stuff today.
Yeah, drinking water.
What butter?
He tells me he's in training. I don't know whether to believe him or not.
Training.
Yeah, I'm in training for the long night session.
Oh yeah, of
After
course
the-
you're doing a night. You're going to night
After the
thing, ain't you?
Maker's quiz, yeah, Steve and I are doing a 2 o'clock in the morning live. Well, Steve's doing the live, I'm just doing the earworming bit, along with our colleague from Canada, Lewis.
2 o'clock in the morning. Cool. Well, I might stay and watch it.
Well, if nothing else, that'll help you
Sure.
sleep.
Well, that's true. You're a bit of an insomniac, Terry, so
That was
better really go to bed before 2 anyway.
no true.
Right, so let's just sand that up a little bit higher grit. Take it up to perhaps 240. So 180.
Ben has just made a comment. He says, Steve, will there be better earworms joining later? i.e. Mark and Joe.
Oh, Ben.
the cheek of you, young
What are you
fella.
saying,
Ben.
What are you saying, Ben?
Oh, the very,
We've
very
got-
cheek of you.
We've got management permissions. We could just put you out, Ben.
Mark is taking a break from earworming, guys.
He's had enough of us. It is.
Well, he's had enough of something, but it's not us.
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully he'll be back soon.
He'll be back sometime.
Right, so that's sanded up to 240 grit. Let's clear this mess up.
Royce the boy has just said, Brian at Heartwood Turning, ask Steve, is he still coming tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't know at the moment, Roy. I'd like to. I'm hoping to, but I won't know till Nick gets home. So as soon as Nick gets home, I'll message her.
Grandma Ruth's asked a question. Do your hands get dry when wood turning?
Say again.
Do your hands get dry when wood turning? I think she means does your skin kind of dry up a bit?
No, I moisturise, Ruth.
Yeah, I use moisturiser too.
It's,
I moisturise every morning, every night.
yeah.
I do.
Ruth won't let me borrow her moisturising cream.
It's nothing worse
Oh,
than
get-
rough hands, especially if you go through the
get-
tissue paper.
Oh dear, Steve.
Right.
You don't want rough hands scratching that nice finish on your nice new vase.
No, I haven't actually seen that bar since I did it.
Meg is asking, did he see a crack there, or is it bark inclusion?
Crack. Who said that? There, that's a bit of bark inclusion there.
Meg. I can't remember his Christian name. EMGI.
Yeah, that's a bit of as you can
Right.
see, there was obviously a branch coming out of there, so
Branch
that's a little
coming
bit of
out.
inclusion. So I'm just going to run the parting tool down there to give me a bit of a line in there to finish.
Here, Steve. Here's a question I've never heard before from Baz at Real Simple Things. Steve,
What's the knot in my logo for?
yeah. Why is there not in your logo?
Just put him on timeout, will
And he adds,
I can't buy
sorry,
my
it
own
had to be
because
done.
Ruth would steal it.
you? Right, let's burn it.
oh, exciting.
Oh, this is going to be good.
So,
Make
Map
sure you
gas.
cleaned up well.
map gas,
Oh, gas.
burn it,
With
burn
your
it.
fingers. With
Yeah,
your
I'll try.
fingers.
I reckon one day I'm going to try to do it like they used to do in the old days, or someone do now in bushcraft. I'm going to rub two sticks together. However, I'm going to use one of the sticks is going to be spinning on the lathe.
Ooh.
See if I can burn it. You make patterns then, couldn't you?
So I've never burnt pear wood. I don't know how that'll burn, but
Well, it's certainly going black enough, quick enough. So
Yeah, it is indeed.
yeah.
That's what depth of one. What's
not
the
sure
grain
about
like in pear wood? I've
cracking
never
on
done
these.
pear wood. What's the grain like?
it's quite tight.
Danny Boy's in. Hello, Danny Boy.
Hi, Danny, how you doing?
Rob from Copper Woodturning is in.
Hi, Rob.
Oh, I think I said him before. What's it like for cracking? I've never.
Is it a square knot? No, it's
Picked it
two
up.
granny knots.
There
If you look at it closely, Rob, it's two granny knots. Just ordinary thumb knots. It's a terrible knot.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I'll fight you over it.
Okay. My wax is melting on the end.
Oh, no.
Don't burn the tailstock.
Yeah, it's all right. It's only an record per lathe anyway. Some nice coloured flames coming off of there, though.
Andy H.
for
Andy H.
done it
Returner
says,
says, does that make a poached pear? I suppose it would do.
roasted pears.
Roasted pear.
Flame grilled pear, even.
Flame grill.
And Grandma Ruth says, Darren, there's lots of hand cream in our house, but he never uses it. And that would put me off.
She likes
I use hand cream all the time.
Ruth likes a bit of rough.
Can't stand my hands being, skin of my hand being dry. Particularly if you've been out working with cement or something.
Yeah, when I was
Oh,
when I was a mechanic, my hands used to crack all the time being an engine oil.
Yeah.
They were the days before you wore gloves all the time. So, right, grain patterns
It's,
going all over the
It's
place.
mapped gas, Rob. Rob, that's what kind of gas it is.
Map. Burns a lot hotter.
Pete knows the figures.
Hello,
Pete
Brent.
will stick the figures in there because he knows them off the top of his head. Brent Beecroft is right, Terry. Hello.
When I was in the motor industry for 30 years, we used to use a special barrier cream. It was brilliant. Put it on in the morning, wash it off in the evening, and all the oil would come out, and your hands were perfect.
Yep.
Mine had it supplied to me.
Oops.
It.
Terry Bartlett suggests that's not burnt, it's cremated. Jennifer's Craft and Creations is giving me a hard time. She says, nothing wrong with record power lathe, Mr. Oosby. You're quite correct, Jennifer. There is absolutely nothing wrong with a decent record power lathe.
Tourette's Turner is in. Brian does not have to fight. Well, all he needs to do is lift up his kit. And it's game over, Steve. I heard tell that Brian wears bloomers under there.
What do you think my name is?
So there's a bit of a crack coming there where I've heated it up.
There you go.
Yes.
Pete says, map gas is 1,000 degrees hotter than propane.
She is hot.
Right.
That's why
it blackened up quick, I think, isn't it? That's why it
does.
didn't too long.
Very good stuff.
So I'm just using a brass brush just to get this out. That's strange how that bit wouldn't burn. Look.
It's funny, that. Pete says it burns hands really quickly. Yeah, it doesn't light skin much.
Hands up anybody who's done that, burnt their hand. Put your hand, that's it, Brian. Put up the burn down, Brian. Hello, Rex B. Rex B's in, everybody.
Hi, Rex.
You can actually still see the little mark where it was. It's almost totally healed nectar.
Richard Benton says you need to get a bigger brush, Stephen.
Benjamin says, today I learned that you can get special shop heaters designed to work with shavings.
Yeah, you can. That's what Wayne's got. Wayne the Woodturner's got one.
Well,
Jennifer's Crafting Creations. Jennifer's Crafting Creations says she thinks you know who the Tourette's Turner is. Well, have a guess then, Jennifer.
Right, so let's give that a little bit of texture in now.
And Rob from Cotler Woodturning says, who done that? I think he's referring to the burned hand.
My hands are black.
No name's mentioned, Brian. I'll point you whistle. One of the earworms on this show tonight burned their hands severely. It wasn't me.
One of the earworms. There's only two.
And it wasn't you, Terry.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't Terry. I can confirm that it wasn't Terry.
Because he whinged for weeks.
And I can neither confirm or deny that it was me.
Right, so I'm going to hollow this out. I'm going to sand and seal it first. Then I'll hollow it out before I go any further. Because if I put embellishing wax on it and I hollow it out, that's all going to melt and go everywhere. So,
Cunning and devious plan.
So, sand and sealer, Chestnut products. Go on, sorry.
Just going to use ordinary embellishing wax. Going to try and do a something fancy with the embellishing wax, no?
Oh, I can do. Put a bit of texture in it if you want me to. Depends what you want.
Oh, Grandma Richie was asking a question. Are there different types of wire brushes you need to use?
There are different types of wire brushes.
Mhm.
There are hair brushes. There are not hair brushes like horsehair brushes. There are metal ones. There are
Horsehair
plastic
brush is
ones.
not a wire brush, Terry.
Steve
Steve.
Egan.
Steve. I think
but
the two main types of wire brush routes are steel and brass. That's the two main types. Steel, if you want to remove stuff quickly, and the brass is much softer, leaves less marks behind.
So Rex is saying, questions, so you don't need to sand it, just wire brush it and then sanding sealer?
Yeah,
That's
if you sand it, you're taking off, because you got a texture in there, which we want to enhance with the embellishing wax. If I sand it now, I'm going to take that texture back.
It also depends on the timber that you're using. If you want to, maybe want to leave the dark in the grooves, leave the black texture in the grooves, and then kind of lightly sand back the tops of the high spots. That's when I would sand it back. But other than that, burn it and sand it, seal it.
But like that one Brian did, like the bulb Brian did Monday night, obviously you wanted to enhance the cutouts, so that's why you sanded that back, innit?
That's correct. Yep. I want to make them more prominent.
Right, so I've now spilt sand and seal all over my thing, so I'm going to have to repaint that before Sunday.
Pete suggested to Grandma Ruth that our steel and brass are used. The one in the shoe polish cupboard is great. If she can get away with nicking it.
Damn it.
Right, so I'm going to I'm going to turn this out with a porcelain a bit.
And Rob Prokoporov suggested you could have cleaned it before sanding sealing it. Yeah, he did give it a bit of a rub with a paper towel.
I don't know if anybody read Terry from Chestnut's newsletter this week, but he got on his thing about sanding sealers, and he said you shouldn't need to, again reiterated, you shouldn't need to dilute them, but the only time you should dilute them is if you've got punky wood, dilute them 50% just to fill in to stop the punky wood from chipping out. But he recommends you still use it.
Careful, folks. Joe Senior's joined us.
She's
Right,
been
Joe.
here for ages.
There may be singing.
See, I think that the chestnut, I know Terry obviously makes it and he knows best, but I think the chestnut cellulose sand and sealer is too thick to soak into a piece of wood.
Yeah.
I think
it's like, how far does it need to soak in? You could ask yourself.
But if you don't let it soak in and seal the wood, you're not going to get a good top finish, are you? If you put a couple of coats and let it soak into the wood, you get a nice finish. So then when you put your wax over it, you get that shine. So that's...
This is very true, Pete. There's some speculation that Rob CP may be the hidden Tourette's turner, but he is not. I can assure you that is not the case. And he hasn't sworn on a lie for ages.
The Tourette's turner even thinks it's Steve. Rob CP hasn't sworn live on YouTube for ages. Rob CP hasn't been on YouTube for ages.
Our good friend Wayne had a little bit of a swear word today.
Who did?
Wayne.
Did he?
Wayne the Woodturner, yeah. Oh, he did, yeah. He had an
Fortunately, I had an hospital appointment.
He had an F-bomb today.
See it.
Douglas Miller says, is it Gordon Ramsay? No. Benjamin says, I'm not an expert, but I just wouldn't trust anyone named Terry. But Terry has a badge, so he's totally trustworthy. Terry has a badge, he's okay.
Got a badge,
Ben. Paul Kavanagh says, I asked my wife about buying a burner to scorch wood. She suggested that if I did, she'd use it to give me a gas-powered enema. Ouch.
His wife must be a nurse. Know the feeling.
Ah, so the Tourette's Turner says he's a non-verbal. Oh, the plot thickens. And Wifey Wood says, not even one with a badge, Ben. Don't trust any Terrys.
Terry Bartley's got a badge as well.
Well, there you go. That probably just about says it all then. Don't trust them even if they have a badge.
Yeah.
Terrys are worth the watching.
All silent as we watch Steve going down the bottom.
I'm going down as far as the bit of reach. That's as far as I'm going.
Perfect.
Oh, I'm afraid I can't. The art of wood turning.
There's an art. Not just a craft, it's an art as well.
Absolutely. I totally agree. We need to
Definitely.
stop calling it a craft because it isn't a craft. People who do it professionally are professionals. And the rest of us are artists to varying degrees.
I'm an artist.
I would
No
hazard a
puns,
guess.
please.
Yeah, well, we know that, sure.
Oops.
I cannot get rid of that. Just having a little trouble here.
Lewis said,
Look to
work
see how many
caused
people
him
we
to
have
miss the fire. Oh. We didn't miss much.
Ah. Well, we'll go back and do it again if you
Burned
like.
in about 30 seconds.
And Danny Boy said, this is not so much turning as wood drilling.
Go a little bit further with that. You could have knurled the edge. You could put a decorative.
Yeah, you could have easily. Nice knurled edge pattern, yeah.
Rounded edge.
Or a nice jumper on it. Oh, it could have been a roll top vase. Oh, there you go.
Him and his bloody roll tops. Just for you, Terry.
There we go.
Spindle gouge, just round it over a little bit. Actually, I'll leave that natural then.
Just for you, Terry. Not for me.
Oh, just for you then, Brian, to make you feel special.
A roll top vase. Perfect. I'm impressed.
You like nice round edges, Brian, don't you?
I do.
How about that?
You never see my paintings then, Douglas.
Did you just wake up, Jennifer? Jennifer just said hello to Joe.
Yeah.
Came in ages ago. I think Jennifer's been sleeping.
She's on the Baileys, I think.
Oh, that's what it is. Probably had to go out and buy a new bottle.
Woodward Royal Collins says, question. Does anyone here know where I can get a patch of my logo made to put on my smock? You got a logo, Colin?
Yeah,
if you look on eBay, there are companies on there who will do you one. Same people usually.
Embroidered one, you mean, yeah?
Same people usually who do the stickers and that.
Yeah.
That's a bit fasting.
You can get an embroiderer, somebody who does embroidery to do them. But for embroidery on t-shirts and stuff as well, they'll do them. Oh, no, Mr. Rusby, I don't drink anymore. Is the retort from Jennifer's Craft and Creations. Yeah, that means you don't drink any less either then, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Just blow that muck out of there.
And Mark, the gentleman woodturner, has leapt to her defence. He says, I'm going to defend Jennifer. She's been chatting to me.
She was the one who was saying she was on Bailey's the other day.
She must be bored then.
Yeah, exactly. It usually gave her the nickname Bailey's. Mr. Beckett.
Yeah, being all sweet and innocent.
Yeah.
Luring her in.
Just trying to make sure you're not in Jennifer's list. As well as Joe's.
Well, he's on everybody else's, so he might as well be. I'll
What
put
did
them away.
Benjamin say? Benjamin.
So I'm just going to sand up in there as far as I can get.
Didn't crack, did it, Steve? The drilling out? No,
No, I don't think so.
don't think so.
Benjamin says, Colin, Terry knows a guy.
No, we've got that. The inclusion's still there, but
He meant to say eBay. I can make you any patch. Dead cheap.
He said YouTube.
I know, but he meant eBay. You need to read the chat, Terry.
I read it.
No drawbar on that drill chuck, Steve. No, there isn't.
No, we don't do it. We don't use them on
Nope.
the tail start because the tail start goes in and out, and if you had a drawbar on it, wouldn't go in and out, would it?
Right.
That was Pete.
Christ, the boy says, I drink like a fish, but I'm getting fed up with the water. I know how that feels. I've had to change to tenants.
Well, when we went away for that weekend, I think I noticed a couple of gills on the side of Joe. I don't know if that related to anything.
so I'm going to have to clean this up because I had a little bit of a snatch on there with the spindle gouge. So I'll just round that off a little bit more. Keep Brian happy.
Oh, yeah.
So the Tourette's Turner says, who was it that drank the pub drive when you lot met up? That was Pete and Mark.
Yeah, it was. I couldn't keep up, to be honest.
No, neither could I.
Well, let's put it this way. The profits are up by 35% by the time we left.
Yeah. It was embarrassing.
Terry was
In
chatting
fact,
up every.
I think they ran out of they ran out of one beer, didn't they, when we were there first?
Doom Bar.
She said we run out.
Yeah,
We'll have
MG
some
says
tomorrow, she
MG
said.
says that Record Power has a through hole in the tailstock. They do.
Yeah, we
As
got
does
a
Accents
through.
Relays. But yeah, if you're winding the quill in and out to use the drill, you can't put a drawbar on it. It won't work. It won't wind forward.
All right, 180.
Is that all the rolling up the top you're doing? Okay,
There's nothing wrong with that.
fair enough. Fair enough.
It's rolled enough.
How much do you want rolls? You know what I mean? You just can't please some
No,
people.
he's just you know.
He does
half a
one
dozen.
roll. He does one roll top bowl, and he thinks he's the roll top king.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I think he could probably do with a drum roll, but that's not good enough.
Or a bacon roll would do better.
Bacon roll.
Now you're talking, son. Now you're talking.
With a nice runny egg on top as well.
Oh, don't, Brian. I ain't had no tea yet. Shut up.
Are we not?
No, not yet.
Oh. Right, guys, let's get the food recipes out.
Oh,
Steve's starving.
You're still listening.
What kind of,
You're still
what kind of
listening
rolls
and
do you
watching.
does everybody like?
Nicky, if you're still listening
Sausage
and watching,
rolls?
get yourself back home. Get his bacon and
No,
eggs
I'll sort it when I go in.
and apps all ready.
Yeah, Nikki doesn't care. She's out with her sisters to eat.
Yeah, Nick had her tea, I think.
Yeah, her sister's cooked her dinner. She said already.
Right, so a little bit of sand and sealer in there, I think. Wherever I put it, I put it away. That's impressive. Square a little bit in there. I do like pear wood. It's got a nice colour to it when you.
It has.
Yeah, it's black.
Slightly yellow, isn't it?
When it's not been torched, Brian.
Some pear and some fruit words are really nicely grained as well.
Royce, the boy said he's had a curry tonight, Steve.
Oh no, you can stick that.
Yeah.
I had a
don't like
pizza.
anything- Don't like
Earlier.
anything hot like that.
And Doug Miller has put in, I don't know where this comes from, hashtag flowers for Nikki.
Oh, we still.
No, that's gone.
Well, it's coming up to Valentine's Day. I mean, you could
That's an
make
old
some,
thing,
you know.
that is.
You could always turn a few.
No. Brian.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but I'm not going to get sucked into it like you did.
That's your job, Brian. Turn the flowers for
Sucker.
everybody. Pete's ordered a dozen. I've ordered 2 dozen.
All by Monday, you'll be fine. Right.
Oh, Danny Boy says, I really enjoy a nice black pudding or Marmite sausage roll.
Oh, I don't mind my sausage roll, but the black pudding you can keep.
Black pudding's lovely.
I'll eat the
If you get good stuff, you can only eat good stuff. Some of the cheaper stuff is rotten.
Right, so embellishing wax.
Pete from Twisted Trees has just joined in the drawbar argument and said, drawbars are best for pulling trailers.
Yeah, I agree.
Use
Totally
a proper
agree.
chuck on the headstock end.
Yeah.
Correct, Pete. I agree.
What colour are we going to use then, Steve?
Don't know what colour would you like.
2 colours.
I'll have the colours I have. Well, I've got all of them. So, electric
colours.
blue, pink, gold, black, purple, bronze, green, silver, or white.
Is the green turquoisey?
I'll show you the green.
Really shiny.
No,
really
it's
vivid.
electric-y green.
Oh, that would that'd be all right.
Open the
got?
tin.
Well,
Open the
let's-
tin because it's electric-y green.
That might be good.
That will go a bit. That's the colour it is.
That might be good. Yeah.
So we've
I
got
think you
green.
should. I think you should maybe do a blend of 2 colours.
I can do that. So green is one. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Seen somebody did that today on YouTube.
Green and
That's
blue.
why I mentioned
Complementary
it.
colour.
Green and electric
Complementary.
blue.
Yeah, well, you want the green at the top end, fading down into the deeper colour at the bottom. Yeah, that'll be all right. Will that? What would that look like on the black? Will?
I look like blue.
No.
It looked like
Yeah,
blue,
but
Terry.
Would it show up vividly? You want
It will show it vividly.
Electric blue.
Vividly.
Vividly. So you want to fade blue in the bottom, then up around the bowl and go up towards the neck, and as it goes up, changes to vivid green.
So you want blue in the bottom, and then
Yeah,
green in
coming
the
up,
top.
and as it comes up, blue fades out, green fades in, and up it goes, nice and bright.
So the chatter deciding that blue is the colour. Blue,
And green.
Dave Vaughan says lecky blue. Can't spell electric,
Easily led,
obviously.
didn't I? Easily led. That.
So we're going to go blue in the bottom.
Bit of subliminal information.
Did you say blue in the bottom and then fade up to green?
Yeah, fade up to really bright green at the top. It goes up the neck.
Yeah.
So you go up past where
from
you're going to start the
Benjamin.
green with the blue, and then you'll put the green over the top of the blue and bring it up so it goes green, and then put fresh green at the top.
Dara Cullen's getting herself a bit confused here. She said, Benjamin, the only good thing at McDee's are the fries, the hash browns, sausage, egg McMuffins. I know, yeah. Fish
Fish
sandwich
sandwich
during Lent.
during Lent. You
So
don't
just
like
whatever except the burgers.
you don't like Mackie D's and Dara.
All right, so that's the
Biggie.
that's the blue.
Mark suggesting silver.
Susie said blue and gold. Oh.
Oh, Mark, we better get what Terry wants. He's,
Oh, yeah, he's the colouring expert, of course, yeah.
Oh, you
He can't be the international colouring expert because that's Mike Walt. So Terry just has to be the colouring expert.
And once you've rubbed that in, sort of rub the blue up a bit and the green down a bit, so that merges. Yeah, that's my suggestion. But
So you don't have a hard line between the two.
no hard lines between the two. Yeah.
Fade.
Terry Bartlett.
Terry
doesn't
Bartlett
think
says
it's burnt enough.
it's not burnt enough. Yeah, I think it is, Terry.
Colin Woodridge or Colin says he's never had a McDonald's. You don't
Yeah,
want one,
well,
Colin. I only
You're
had
a
one.
wise, you're a
That's
wise
like
man.
50 years ago. Don't like McDonald's.
So a bit of blue. Just fill that in with a bit of blue.
Dave Oakley says McDonald's is not classed as food.
So Barry's
Not so
realised
sure.
that's the badge.
How did we get onto this anyway?
I don't know. Somebody was talking about
There's a
McDonald's.
debate about Burger King beating McDonald's every day.
I agree, Burger King is better.
Oh, Brent Breecroft says, after this life, I'm going to the Legion for fish and chips.
Right, here we go. Let's buff it up. If this don't look right,
Sounds like a plan,
if
Brent.
this don't look right, we're blaming Terry.
Happy to be blamed.
So, Mark the General Woodturner says, I thought blue and green should never be seen except with a colour in between.
There is black in
Full
between
stop,
them.
Mark. That's what you thought, Mark.
That blue actually looks purple now.
Ah, see, not all of
You
your
not
thoughts
thought
are
they
good
did,
ones. Mark.
Sometimes you
Not
got to
all
think.
your
thoughts are good.
Sometimes you got to
Outside the box
think outside the box.
or
Don't
outside
say
the
that.
vase.
See, that's a terrible expression. Think outside the box.
Think outside the vase.
Where's the box? It's a vase. Yeah, exactly.
Rex B would like to know where you got the colours from.
These
Oh,
they are from Hampshire Sheen.
Hampshire
they are
Sheen.
indeed. Embellishing waxes from
Embellishing waxes.
Mark. At the Woodturning shop.
Yorkshire Gits just joined us. Hello.
There you go, Terry.
Evening, Yorkshire Grit.
Do you like that? Hang on, let me zoom in a bit so you can see.
He said that looks lush.
Lush.
Hmm.
And Danny Boy says Mark is correct. Blue and green should never be seen.
Okay. Well, that's two of us wrong. And
Close your
you've just
eyes.
seen it.
Close your eyes.
Well, if
Reading
you don't
English.
like it, you know where the thumbs down button is, and explain why you've given us the thumbs
Well,
down.
they've already explained now. So if we get two thumbs down, we know one of them is Mark, and the other one is
Danny,
Danny.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes.
So that's the embellishing wax. That's
Brent Breecroft
easy for you to say.
said, easy, after a 10 of tenants, yeah. What did Martin's chart say? I have no idea what Martin's chart said. You mean the colour wheel?
There you
Gary
go.
knows all about the colour wheel. He's a colouring expert.
I haven't got one in there. There's one in the house. I don't think there's a lot on about embellishing wax. I think it's more about the intrinsics, to be honest.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just the colour wheel's a colour wheel. It tells you what colours go with what colours, or diagonally opposites.
But of course, you could think inside the oil painting or the acrylic painting or whatever, and think, well, we got a blue sky. Why have we got green trees next to it? They don't go together.
Andy from Posh
Right,
Firewood
lovely.
Green is in. Good evening,
Hello,
Andy.
Andy.
Good evening, Andy. How are you? Right, so I'm going to buff this up. Going to get a bit of heat on this because I don't want to put no wax on it really, because
No,
there's a lot of inclusions in there, and I think we'll end up
you
getting
clog it.
yeah.
Our Ben is giving colouring advice to Ben I've lost it. Where is it? To Brent. He says, may I recommend curry sauce with your fish and chips? No.
Mushy peas.
No. Curry sauce with fish.
Neither have I.
Just no.
Mushy peas, I think.
Mushy peas are lovely.
Right, there we go. Right, I'm going to need to take my gloves off, because if not, people are moaning because I'm wearing gloves cutting.
This is true.
So let's just clear this mess up. Get the dustpan and brush and just clear this up.
No vacuum cleaner?
Yeah, I have, but right. So I'm just going to part this off in and see what we've got underneath it. I think there's a bit of spalting in the bottom there, to be honest, but we'll see.
Evening, Doug. I don't think I said hello to you earlier, Doug. Good evening.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you were half drunk at the time, but you did say it. You know.
Evening, Doug.
When
Right,
you came
so
in about an hour ago.
let's part
I
this
know you
off.
did, but I didn't say good evening to Doug.
Just want to
You
see.
didn't say good evening to any of them.
Oh, Glenn. Oh, Glenn.
What's the matter with him?
It's a seriously good clue, Glenn.
What were these? What's just now?
What's the matter with him?
Well, he just said,
He's
laughing
whining.
out loud, that's just naff to it. Ow. I think I have a tiny piece of hawthorn thorn stuck in my finger.
Oh, that hurts. Got to go septic. Careful with that.
It's just, they're designed, the tip just breaks off in your skin. It's terrible.
Yeah, they designed
Horrible
that.
thing.
Right, so I'm just going to slightly undercut this so it sits on the rim and not on the actual middle of the.
Okay, if you don't drop it.
And Brenton says, unfortunately, they don't serve curry at Canadian Legions that I've come across. And Roy the Boy has said, no polish.
No polish on it because it's so rough. The polish will sit in the inclusions and end up
Clogging.
clogging it up. But to be honest, it's got quite a good sheen on it anyway.
Yeah. When the embellishing wax polishes up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it is a wax
Rex-
after all. So.
Rex B is asking, mushy peas? What are they?
Oh, of course, you don't get it where you live, Rex. Mushy peas are like green peas, you know, the peas, pea pods, and they're all mushed up.
No, they're like marrow fat peas. They're like the big peas.
Marrow fat peas in there.
Kind of mush them up so that it's kind of...
Mash them.
I got a bit of
Looks
tear
like-
around there, but
Regurgitated baby food is what it looks like.
Tastes lovely. Tastes absolutely lovely.
it's better than that. What's that stuff the Cockneys have? Liquor,
My kids
lacquer.
loved it. Yeah.
Oh man, that's awful.
Overcooked marrow fat peas, says Colin.
That's exactly what they are.
And they're nice. They're absolutely delicious.
They're very nice. Absolutely gorgeous. Every time I have fish and chips, it's fish chips and mushy peas.
Right, so I'm just going to use my orbital sander just to sand this back.
Right.
Oh, if I don't drop it on the floor. So if it gets too loud, tell me and I'll mute myself.
Nah, I'll be fine.
It's too loud. It's too loud. No, we're right.
No, it's not. Shut up, Byron.
Ah, dear, oh dear.
So there's a bit of tear out on there, so
That won't hurt. Put it on the jam chuck later. Take a
keep
bottle.
talking about food.
No, nobody mentioned food, Steve.
Yeah, jam chuck.
Yeah, jam chuck.
Oh, jam junk. Yeah. Very good.
That'll do. 240. That'll do.
I wouldn't put jam in my chuck. I'd rather have it between two slices of lovely thick bread. About inch thick.
Toast.
Brian,
Nice,
Brian,
nice.
Brian, shut up.
What? A nice layer of butter on it first, and then jam on top. Slap the two
And then
together.
cream on top of
Oh,
that.
Where's that mute
Just
button?
cream
Let
on
me just
top of
mute
that.
him.
Just get stuck in,
scone.
big lad.
On a scone.
Right, so let's just bring a board over and put some sand and sealer on there.
Mark wants one of those sanders because he loves the noise they make.
Yeah, they do
I
make a
quite
lot
like
of
it
noise.
too, actually.
They do like a lot of noise. They're not expensive. They're only about 20 quid on eBay.
What's
Yeah,
that?
but
Air
it's
sander.
the compressor you need to run
I
them.
got one of those air sanders as well. And have spray guns and everything. It's a spray cars. I've got a lot of them. I've used them for years.
Danny Boy says, I put them in butter
Oh, sugar.
and it's a pea cluster, he says.
Don't spill sand and sealer down your piece.
Yeah, wipe it back
Yeah,
towards the
no.
bottom, not the top. You wax.
Your job has got wax over it, isn't it?
What in the name of goodness is a Savoy?
It's a sausage.
What?
It's a sausage.
Is it? Okay.
It's a bit of a
And
crack.
Doc Miller says, would that be a strawberry jam, Chuck? No, that would be Jimmy's.
Don't like Marmite.
Oh, I love Marmite. Oh, Marmite.
Colin likes Marmite. Marmite on hot
Do you like it? Michelle came
butter
home with a jar of Marmite today from
toast.
the shops. I hope she enjoys eating it because I don't like it.
Let's have a
Oh,
look.
look at that. Look at that, eh?
There you go.
So this comment I'm just about to unhide was put in by Brent Braycroft, and YouTube didn't like it. It says, I've lost it now.
You
My
deleted
wife
it.
makes faggots and peas, and I
There
like
you go.
those.
Yeah, that's YouTube for you.
My Welsh
Yeah, they're
wife
thinking you're saying something
makes
else.
faggots and peas. I like those.
So,
And that got blocked by YouTube.
oh, that's YouTube though. Where's my tape gone? So,
So,
overall finish height is just 6 1/4, and on the top we've got 2 3/4, and the width on the bottom is about 3 1/2.
This
Yeah.
turns out rather nice, Steve. I have to
does
say.
it look all right, Brian, to you?
Does it look all right? I think the blue fading into green. It could have done with a little bit more fade, I think, but it's lovely.
You struggle with the wax though, don't you? Because the wax don't really
You do. It's
want to
hard to
fade.
get it to fade.
The colours go in, look all right together.
So you can use blue and green. Is that what you're saying, Terry?
You
So you
can,
can use
absolutely.
blue and green.
So blue and green can be seen.
Can be seen.
I've never had a deep fried Mars
Without
bar,
anything
Douglas,
in between.
but it is a thing. Yeah, it is a thing.
Right then. There we
It was
go.
first tried in a
Five
chip
colours
shop
you
in
can use
Stonehaven.
together.
If you want to know the exact truth about the thing, Stonehaven's just a little bit south of Aberdeen. If you don't know.
Let's bring you guys
Not interested
back.
in stuff.
Oh no, not. Oh, we're not coming back on camera again.
And here they are. No, joking.
Ta-da.
So nice little vase,
Hey,
vase,
to fix my camera again.
vase, vase, whatever you want to call it. Hang on, I've got to turn these lights off at the back here because
As
there you go. There you go.
As vase balls.
So there you go.
As vase balls.
Nice little sheen on it. Actually, it's got a quite nice bit of texturing on it. The texture on it is quite coarse there, but on the back here there's hardly anything. Where obviously the grains are different, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
Yeah, but it's tighter
Yeah,
grained.
it's nice.
Of course, the coarser the texture, the better you get the embellishing wax
Exactly.
Was that a branch?
set in
Was that a
and
branch
relief.
piece, Steve?
Well, this came from a pear orchard, so I don't know. I just got given the wood.
Yeah, it's probably a branch,
so it
yeah.
was not very big. It was only just under 4 inches in diameter, so most probably a branch. Yeah, but it's nice. It's come out nice, really nice.
So
Something simple.
And there's
So the
Danny.
clo-
Danny Boy said you shouldn't mix green and blue, and then he's just put in now peacock colours. Very nice.
Thank
you
you,
go.
Danny.
Ta-da!
Thank you, Danny.
So yeah, so thank you very much for joining us. Next week we have Les Fawn joining us. So that's going to be a laugh. Yeah, he's a character. Let's put it that way. So it's going to be a laugh, mate.
Just
Nice
so
chap.
you'd notice.
So make sure you come over and check us for Les. And have you got any questions for Les? Obviously, he's a production turner. So if you've got any production turner questions for him, then chuck them in the chat. Come over and have a word. Les is one of the good guys. He's a really nice guy. He's like all the other guests we have. He's open going, easy going, even open and free, talking about what's coming up, what's going on. So it'd be nice to hear what he's got coming up in the near future.
And eye of knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. And we
lots
all
of
know
knowledge, yeah.
that over the last couple of years, obviously all the shows and that have been knocked on the head. So all the demos and that have been held up tight. So this year, hopefully, clubs are going to open up. Well, I know several clubs have opened up already. So hopefully, the clubs are going to open up, and with restrictions lifting, we're going to get some professional demo guys doing the circuit. So that'll be good. So if there's any questions before we go,
Rex wants to know,
when you're
when
going
are you
to
having Ruby as an earworm again?
me and Ruby are in talks. We just got to find a good time because obviously her husband's poorly at the moment. And obviously with her doing other stuff, we just got to find a good time. But Ruby is planned to
2
come back
o'clock in
on.
the morning might be good.
Yeah, I don't want to do a special guest there when I'm 2 o'clock in the morning. So we got some. I'm in talk. Well, not talk. I've been asking some new people to come back on, or some new people to come on. Sorry, rather than having the same people over and over again. We're going to have some of the favourites come back in because you guys like it. So I'm going to get Martin back in, Stuart Farini, Ruby Claire, and a few others. Stuart Farini. So there's going to be a few of the regulars come back in because you guys like those and they obviously like sharing the information with you guys. But I'm also trying to get some new people in as well. So I'm trying to get some guys in from over the pond, but obviously the time difference is a little bit difficult. So we'll see what happens. So.
Steve Benjamin says, can you try and get Richard
Findlay.
Findlay? Oh, it's Find Keys,
Findlay.
is there? But it's Findlay, I think. Yeah, Richard
I can
Findlay.
try.
You can't spell, Ben.
Yorkshire Get says, I noticed I haven't been asked back.
Well,
It took me 2 years to get you on the first time because I don't want to push my luck. See, you give him 5 minutes of fame. He wants to be on it all the time, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Paul Cabinet says it's a polite way of saying you're Brian, you're fired.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Right.
Paul Cabinet says he never asked me either.
Wow, what can I say, Paul?
Actually, that'd be a good thing. Actually, sometimes we ask the chat.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Get yourself on here
I
now.
was thinking that asking a few people for on the chat, but we'll see what we can do through the year.
Yeah, you could have a show, really. Can you like X Factor or something? This could
Bring 10 in one day.
So they'd all audition.
All audition. Yeah, they got to sing.
They got to be sound as good as Brian.
You've got to sing the grits. You've got to sing the grit
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, you'll be marked points 1 to 10 on the grit
You'll
song.
never get back on, will she?
Yeah. Oh dear. Right, we'll go. We'll knock on the head.
They all want to get Ben in. Now Brent says, "Can we get Ben in?"
Ben. Well, he's bad enough in the chat, let alone live.
Let him loose with the microphone.
Colin says, what about Richard?
Richard who?
Richard question mark. Whoever Richard question mark is.
Don't know. Didn't see
What
what
does Rob say?
Stuart Mortimer. Let's write some of these down. Then I'll send some cheeky emails.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find a bit of paper.
Yeah, just
I'll get my book. May the force be with you.
Roy's the boy says, how about a beginning turner?
Well, there's one on every week, Roy. He's here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
You're not a beginner, Perry. You're not beginner.
Ah, shut up.
Oh, yeah. You're
Well,
trying
beginner
load. I'm just a
capacity.
beginner. If I
We're-
make a mistake, I'm just a beginner. No, you're not a beginner.
We're beginners according to standing up against you.
I'm still a beginner.
So who was that? Stuart or who? Stuart.
Mortimer. Legend.
Stuart Mortimer.
Adam. The Woodturning says Stuart Mortimer is a legend.
Stuart Moore. Who was it? Who
Legend.
was the other one? Someone Finley. Richard Finley.
Richard
Richard
Finley.
Finley, yeah.
I've seen Richard Finley's good. But I know he's busy.
Yeah, I was thinking about asking Robbo, but he's not very well at the moment. I didn't want to put him under pressure.
No, he's not.
But I will message him. Obviously, I'd like to get Robbo back on because he's a legend. But Andrew Hall, yeah, I did message Andrew last year, but I didn't get a reply. Because you've got to imagine some of these.
So Mark has just chipped in with Steve Jones, Dave Dalby, Chris Fisher.
Chris
Yeah,
Fisher.
me and Chris are trying to sort something else out.
And Douglas Mungham says Rolly Monroe.
Steve Jones.
Some good names in there for you, Steve. If you can get them. Oh.
Yeah, I've been speaking to Chris, but obviously he's very busy at the moment. Who was the other one? Rolling Marone.
Rolly Monroe, yeah.
Monroe.
Shock absorber. No bouncing him, is there? Right, so. I think that's it, is it? What about Lewis and Hodgepodge?
Yep.
Lewis will be on the late night live. So if you want to ask Lewis any questions, come on the late night live on the what day?
Come and join us.
What day is it? The 25th, 26th.
26. Same day as the quiz.
No. It's the
It's
day
20
after
be
the
the
quiz.
26th
It's the
in the
day
morning.
after the quiz.
Oh,
2
so
o'clock in
it
the
is.
morning.
It's the day after the quiz because it's 2 in the morning.
So Tourette says, what live are you doing? So on the night of the quiz, which is the 25th,
That's correct.
we thought that'd be nice because obviously there's a lot of people who watch the channels from overseas. So we thought it'd be nice to do a live specifically for them. So myself and Brian.
That's specific. That's specifically, not
Specifically.
specific.
Specifically.
Specifically.
Anyway, that word.
You can never get that
No,
right.
I'm
Steve.
Norfolk boy.
Specifically.
Norfolk boy.
It's true.
So
The other thing is Jimmy Clues is mentioned as well, by the way.
Jimmy Clues.
And Glenn Lucas, you could ask, but he's always
Some
busy.
chance.
So what we thought
He's Irish.
it would be nice to do a live just for those guys because obviously our evening live at 8 o'clock is like what was it, about 4 o'clock for those, depending on what
Yep.
part of the state, what state you're in.
Well, it's early morning for some of
Yeah,
them.
so we thought that would be nice to do a live for those only.
Specifically.
Specifically for those only.
Specifically.
Here, Terry Bartlett's got a good suggestion. Let's see.
What's that?
There's a guy in our turning club called Terry Bray. He's brilliant, and he's got a badge. Okay, look at that.
Oh God, self-promotion of the
Any
badge.
questions you want to ask me, people? Too late. We're finished. Soon.
So, like I say, Lewis will be on our live on the 26th, 2 o'clock in the morning UK time, and I think it goes between, if I get this right, 6 in the evening to 8 in the evening, or is it 10 in the evening, depending on what part of the state you're in America.
Between 6 and
but
10.
We've got, I have myself and Brian and a few of the other guys. They have quite a few viewers from India and all those sort of places, so that'd be a good time for those as well. So hoping to get a good clan in. So obviously, guys, you're all invited. Be nice to see you. I know it's early in the morning for you guys, but put the word out and let's get some of our American and Canadian and whatever friends in to view the live. I ain't worked out what I'm going to do yet, but I'm thinking something.
Wow.
It's going to have to be something special to try and keep me awake.
It's not all about you,
What, you're
Brian.
sleeping
Brian, it's
now,
not all about you.
Either
All about you,
special or
Brian.
dangerous.
Selfish
To
told
keep me
you
awake.
are.
Keep me
All
on my
about you.
toes. What?
All about you.
It saves about
Steve's
me.
channel.
I need Steve to
You're
keep me
awake.
awake, but
We don't care if you fall asleep.
all right, okay.
Phil Irons, Ben Jam is Phil Irons. That's a good one.
I did that message, Phil, last year. Right. Okay. That's I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. So that'll
There you go.
that'll do. That's I ain't going to be able to get them all in if I get any of them. So
Ooh, excuse
keep
me.
me up, right.
Well, you only got to get 8 to say that.
Keep me
Well,
up
I've
tonight.
got
So yeah, it's terrible.
Martin, Stuart, Ruby, Chris, Dan Smith is coming on from Taylor's Murfield. Terry
yeah.
Smartwater to come on
Cool.
to promote his
Yeah, that'd be right.
weekend. But I'm just trying to. I sent him an email, but I haven't had a reply back yet. So there's 6 people alone. So we'll see what we
Where's
can.
that in July, isn't it? Weekender?
Yes, I believe so. I wanted to try and get him on the month
That's
before so he
interesting.
could shout his weekender out. But anyway, we'll see.
Yeah.
So
Haven't we got Harrogate back on this year? Is Harrogate show going to be
I
on?
haven't heard anything.
I think I heard something today about that.
Okay.
I thought that was cancelled.
It was cancelled last year, but I think
I
it's
think it's
back. It's on
cancelled
this
this
year.
year as well.
It'll be later
That's
on in the
cancelled
year.
this year
I
as
It's
think.
on normally November time, isn't
Cancelled
it?
this year. Cancelled this year as well. Type in Harrogate and you'll see.
Is it?
I typed it in the other day and it said, sorry, the 2022, it's been cancelled.
Oh.
Oh well.
Oh.
No Harrogate.
I heard something
in
today.
No
last
Harrogate then. So anyway, I'm going. I'm going to have some tea. So
All
right.
good night, guys.
Taking body.
Thanks very much for coming over and joining us. Hope you've had a bit of a fun time. That's what Friday nights are all
Good
about.
night, everybody.
I will be back Sunday with my lovely wife. We will be finishing this, the gemstone bowl. I've had the second coat of resin over the top of that now, so that's ready just to be turned back gently, and then we'll.
Oh, hold on. The Yorkshire Getters just said yes, Harrogate is on.
Oh, well, I read it somewhere that wasn't on.
There you go.
Okay, perhaps it is.
Oh, I thought I heard somebody saying it today. It must have been. Oh, there you go. The Yorkshire Getter has a stand.
Oh, there you go. So it is on.
So it's on.
For now.
So you can
Don't get
all
too
buy
excited,
Yorkshire
though.
grit from
Don't
there.
get too excited. So, me and Nick will be back
Hopefully.
Sunday, turning this, finishing this off. Again, that'll be another short live, but I'm trying this year to do some longer projects, some more interesting projects, rather than just knocking out a quick project like this. Because it doesn't take. Me and Brian was talking about this earlier. I don't want people to be under the illusion that you can turn a complete project in an hour and a half. That's not really the purpose of the job. When you the most important thing about turning is enjoying it. And obviously we do a live. I mean, okay, this is not a major project. This is just a beginner's project. We forced it out. If I'd hollowed it out with the tool, obviously it'd taken a little bit longer. But I don't want people to think that you can turn a masterpiece in an hour and a half. So that's why I'm going to the stage where I'm going to do a few more projects over 2 weeks. One, so we get a better finished project. And number two, it makes it more interesting for you guys to see the complete stages all through the time, rather than just trying to rush through it every time. So that's the plan. So with that, I'll see you guys Sunday. I think Wayne the Woodturn's on tomorrow night, I believe. Jamie and I can't think of his name. Jake will be on Cartoon Time tomorrow. I think it's 4.
Jake Thompson.
I think it's 4 o'clock UK time, if I remember rightly.
4 o'clock.
So don't forget to check those guys out.
4
Jake is a master in resin work. He always amazes me with how he comes up with things. But anyway, so that's on. Then Sunday, me and Nick are back, and then we're back to Terry on Lunchtime Live, and it's actually getting quite occasional with Terry, because
don't build your hopes up.
Yeah, don't build your hopes up because there may be holidays ahead.
So it could go back to occasionally turning with Terry. But anyway, Terry's on.
Well, definitely will.
Terry's on at lunchtime. Then Brian's on Monday night. So have a great weekend. I will be showing all the dibbers that have come in. Massive thank you to everybody who sent their dibber pictures in. They should all be in with me now. We did say dinner time today. So if you've sent them in, and thank you very much, I will get them all together for a montage. And I will show that Sunday. And we've had a massive response. Absolutely. There must have been 30 people sent me dibbers. So I really do appreciate you guys taking part. So I will show them at the beginning of the live on Sunday. And obviously we'll show them at the end. And I'll do like I normally do. Then I'll chuck them up on YouTube so the rest of the world can see them as well. So thank you very much. Have a great weekend. I'll speak to you Sunday. Take care. And see you later. Night, guys.
Good
Bye,
show.
everybody.
Good show,
Thanks very
Steve.
much.
Thank you. Night, everybody.
Thanks for joining, people. See you all soon.
Bye.